Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. You can set up these boxes if you haven't watched the Impractical Factorio series. I put these boxes here for collection with the circuits on them, and the reason why I do that, I usually in malls in the past, I'll limit the chest. If I only want that many belts, I'll just do it that way. And here's why I like this a lot better, is that I have all this yellow belt. I can just put it over there. It just works, right? So if we had limited it like that, I can only put that much. I'd have to do this thing where I go around and do that. But here I can just drop it all off. I can just drop it all off in there, and it's fine. And everything just works out great. That's a reason I really like that mod. Okay, so, or not mod, that setup, I should say. The circuit setup as opposed to the chest blocking. Eventually we'll get recyclers and stuff set up so that the yellow belt will recycle into the red belt, things like that. We'll get to that here soon. But in this episode, I want to concentrate on setting up, getting a rail line set up. Traditionally, what I've been known to do is to just set up a special oil train that goes down and grabs the oil and goes into like some temporary area that I have set up that, I don't think I want to do that this time around. I think I want to go ahead and actually work on our main rail line, and that may be not very much fun since we're not dealing with robots. We don't have robots yet. But look at what we do have. We have a car. I went ahead and got that guy built. When I place him down, he goes ahead and puts coal and ammo in him. And a mod that I installed that has to do with driving. And I don't know if you can tell. Let's see. Let's get up here a ways and let's turn around. And I did not hit a single power pole. This is a vehicle snap, and it can be kind of hard. But I don't know if you can see, but I'm just kind of turning a little bit, but you can see the car kind of try to, oh. We just lost a lot of wood there. But you can see the car just kind of gently nudge itself back to get into the angle. I haven't seen, the angles that you can snap to. It looks like they may go around in like, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 degrees? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Is this something that can be configured? I didn't even look at the mod settings on this one. Let's see. We have reverse factory, alien biomes, even player. No, we don't have any settings on that one. But yeah, I kind of. It takes a little bit of getting used to if you are kind of used to the way the cars always worked. But if you've never done much with cars in Factorio, you do know that it is very difficult to line up your car like to go straight down this bus. But it's very, very possible to do it in this with this mod. A lot easier than it is in vanilla. Really, in vanilla, the best thing to do is to just knock your car down and then place it the direction you want to go. And then you're lined up. But this, you can actually turn off a little bit and make your way back. And I like it. I like it. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But we'll just see. We'll just see if it's something that I end up not being able to live without. We're burning through the science right now, which is good. I want to get trains set up in this episode. We are actually getting a little bit of stone coming through on our bus line right now, which means that brick is good and backed up. We could probably get some of these paths finished as well. But I think I'm going to let the stone go down so we get a nice little supply of track. We've got a lot of it in our inventory. It's looking pretty good. So let's get up here and start thinking a little bit about how we want to set up our station as well as refining. So just kind of looking over the map a little bit. I think up here, I think I mentioned this before, but up here I think is where I want our train station to go. It's a good spot for it. The reason why I like the train station to be in this particular location is because mostly what our train's going to be unloading in this starter base is going to be iron ore, copper ore, and coal. and stone, and all these things right here. The kind of different thing that we're going to be bringing in is going to be oil. And oil, I don't know. This area right here looks okay, but it looks a little bit small. We might be able to landfill some of that in. Over here it might be okay since we'd have coal coming in as well as iron. We need that for plastic. But I'm looking at this area down here that has the water nearby. We could bring coal down. It's going to be coming in on the bus anyway. And it's just this big, wide open area. And maybe that's one time where I need to talk a little bit about bus design. In the last playthrough, in Practical Factorio, I did build on both sides of the buses. That's a little bit different for me. I usually like to build on one side of the bus. That leaves this bus open for expansion. If we decide we want to bus engines or something like that, which I'm thinking about doing in this series, we can just keep expanding the bus this way as we need more and more ingredients. If you've never done a bus system before, a main bus system, I definitely suggest only building on one side of it so you get a good feel for how much expansion you need to do on that side. That's one reason. The other reason why I like to build on one side of the bus is I don't know what the future holds for this base, but if we get to the point where we need additional lines of copper, I know for a fact that we're going to have probably 4 dedicated lines of copper going into this facility right here. So we can expand copper lines going down here and bring them in directly, and it's a little bit more flexible. We could even come in and bring them down here temporarily, and then bring them up and move them on this copper main line, resupplying the bus as it goes. With this inserter setup where you kind of have it pulling the full amount going off, it's really easy to refill your bus that way. Yeah, I didn't do that the last way. I mean, it makes the factory a little bit more compact, but one thing about Factorio is that space is somewhat unlimited. Let's see. Let's take a little check at the pollution here. We're getting really close to hitting some of these bases over here. I don't know what this little single thing right here is. That looks like a worm. Maybe that was a recent expansion. We're getting close to hitting this one down here as well, but I think... Oh, getting close to hitting that one too. But I think for now, we're not looking too bad. This is kind of considered desert, I think, as far as pollution absorption is concerned. So one of the things we didn't have to deal with in the last series was that, but we did in the very first series, the Practical Factorio series, the pollution expansion was a nightmare. So it looks like it's going to be more along those lines. We need to kind of get to robots quickly, because I do want to get a wall built up around everything sooner rather than later. It's just helpful, especially with expanding biters. Okay, so I've been talking a lot. What are we going to do? We're going to come up here and look at laying out a train station. That was what we wanted to do. So let's do that. Okay, so in the last series, one thing I did was I use smaller trains than I normally do. I usually use 4 cars on a train, and this time I went a little bit smaller, and it worked out fine. It was okay. There were some times where it was a little bit hairy, and I felt like it was really close to just kind of hanging on the edge the whole time. So I was thinking about maybe moving it up to like 3 cars, maybe doing that, but I don't think. I think if we're gonna put enough room for 3, we might as well put enough room for 4. Especially if we want to take this base to be into a more of a mega base sort of thing. Having those 4 cars for like the building trains and things like that will be extremely, extremely handy. All right, so I do want to leave a bit of space in between the furnace line and where we want to build our stations, simply because... Do we have any more of those wood harvesters? We do. We have 6 of them. let's get that working. But to complete that thought, just to have enough room down below to do a little bit of logistics with belts, just to have enough room to do anything we may end up wanting to do. This mod seems, I don't know. I still don't know if it's cheaty or not. It feels awful cheaty, but you know what? It's just so darn good. Just set a couple of these guys up here, and then you go and do whatever it is you want to do, and when you come back, all the trees are gone. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a blueprint book. This is one part of the Kitch's blueprint book series. Where is it? Red station book, right there. So yeah, this is the station design we used in the last one, the 2-car. Let's see, let's bump it on up to the 4-car, and we want the unloading station. And let's see, where do we want to do this? Something like maybe that right there. And it'll unload onto this side. And it'll go straight down. Okay, so I also have another blueprint book, which is my station rails. But I don't think that's actually the one that I need. Though we'll pull it out anyway. I did the station rails, which are just common rail designs you need in stations. It's mostly, the big thing are the parking areas. It's been very popular on the Factorio Prints website. And where did my rail book? There it goes. This one also has these little guys right here, which are the belt things for these, the unloading belts. So we can pull in 8 lines coming out of this. That'll work just fine. So that will be that. Let's go ahead and you're going to be the exit. And you up here. I'm going to leave just a little bit of space. A little bit of space. It's going to be a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And the reason for that would be so that we can make an extra long building train if we need to. Or throw an artillery car on the end of it if we need to. Just trying my best to think ahead. I've had issues in the past where just the little tail end of the train blocks the signals. And it's just a whole lot of no good. All right, so that is our base station that we will use in our main train station. We'll go ahead and blueprint that, and let's see, we're going to need one. Can we fit another one reasonably over here? I bet we can. Yeah, so that'll come over that far. Coal, stone, iron, copper. Oh, that didn't line up. Get a deconstruction planner. I don't think I've had one of those in this playthrough yet. All right, so coal, stone, copper. Iron. And one more, because the one down there, I think we want to make for oil instead. Well, I want to leave it the same size though, even though it's different. I think we probably do. All right, let's go ahead and fill in the bottoms here. We're not going to fill in the whole station right now, I don't think. just the ones we're going to be using. And I think oil is going to be the main priority right now. Alright, so our wood mod. Kind of disappointed in it. We pulled it up. That's probably what its biggest problem is. It's okay. We don't have a whole lot to get through here. We can go through this pretty darn quick. I think the quality of life research, mining speed definitely helps with that. The steel pickaxes do not hurt. And get you out. There we go. All right. And we're going to need other things. We're going to need like a building train. We're going to need other little automated trains that we may throw out on the line. We've got a ways to go until we're completely out of the way. And plus, we'll be able to expand in this direction once we get these ore patches mined out. Got a stone patch there, which is kind of annoying. But we really don't have any need to bring things in at this point in time. This is a big mess of trees over here. Let's see, where's steel at? How far are we off of the mark? We're pretty far off the mark. Yeah, I think what I want to do... Oh, we only had 4 of those bowls. These blueprints aren't, you know, anything permanent or anything like that. It was just to kind of get an idea of how we wanted to lay our stations out, get things somewhat lined up. Oh, they are here. They're just hiding. All right. So there's those wood harvesters. Let's see. We want to get... power going over to that big forest so we can start trimming it down. Because it's currently getting in the way of our progress. Uh-huh. Here we go. All right, take this, nature. And let's see, boxes and inserters. Go ahead and get a couple more going because why not? All right, and that will get all of that cleared out. So I think probably about right there, we can go ahead and bring maybe one of those up, get in a general parking area, and yeah, I think I want to run the main line going like right straight on that line right there. That looks really, really, really good for me. Our pretty trees over here. Nice kind of little autumny look. Oh, sand. Sand, sand, sand. That is, oh, we have gone way too far. Way too far. So maybe go down here kind of in a clearing a bit. Maybe let's go ahead and grab our other blueprint book, the Kitch's Rail Book 2.0 is what we want. Let's see, I thought I had one that's lit. Where's my lit one? I don't know. I don't think this one has the lights on it. No, it doesn't. I'll go and see if I can't find the lit one. I mean, I know I used it in the Impractical Factorio series, so it's got to be in that save. I don't know why it's not in my main blueprint book, but this line right here, this right here is going to mark our main train line that is going north to south out of the station. So that side needs to tie into here. We're gonna put parking and stuff for the main station right here, and I think that will work out just fine. All right, well, I'm gonna let our wood harvesters do their job and get all that cleared out. Got a lot of junk in my inventory I would like to get rid of. We will do that, and in the next episode, hopefully we can get some station stuff working. Working on stack inserters, which is good. We're gonna need those. Like to use those in the stations. And let's just see what can we build. Where are we at right now? We got our refineries. We got all that stuff. Excellent. And logistic wise, all this stuff. How far are we away from robots? We should be really close, right? Logistic robots, those require oil. Construction robots, however, do not. And we're actually really, really close to that. I just need batteries. Oh, they require batteries, that's right. But yeah, that's definitely within reach. Let's head that way. Construction robots. We'll queue that up, and that'll get the rest of our oil processing stuff researched, batteries, as well as get us on our way to making some construction robots, because I'm really looking forward to those already. I miss them greatly. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode, where hopefully we can get some of this station started. All right, see you then. Have a good one.